Why do I think you need to go to an audio video show? All right, we're going to get into all of that. But first, I want to thank everyone for watching my playlist, the new playlist I have up on my channel, the Audio Advice Live 2025 playlist. So I don't know if I ever do this again because it was really, really difficult to put together for me being a beginner with all of that. But I'm taking it all in stride, so you never know. So it is 15 one-on-one interviews with some of these brands at this show, and there's another 12 shorts to go along with some of those other videos. So if you haven't checked that out, please go in and take a look at all of that stuff. Give me some feedback. I'm more than happy to take that feedback that you give me for those videos. So again, I wanted to show in those videos what it's like to be in one of these shows and basically how it goes. So all it was these representatives from these brands just kind of giving the same spiel that they would when you walk into the room and you say, hello, my name is blah, 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 and I'm representing this brand. And then they go on and telling you about the products that they have in front of you. So when you go to the show, it's kind of the same experience as if they're talking one-on-one to you. So that's kind of what the videos are like, just giving you a glimpse of what it's like to go into one of these shows. And the representatives were always really, really engaging, and they will answer all the questions that you might have. So again, this was my first time interviewing anyone for anything, but I was game to go ahead and do that. I was basically on a mission to go in there and get some footage for you, for this channel. So there's no better opportunity than to go to one of these shows and speak one-on-one with some of the biggest brands out there. I don't know what else you could do or where else you could do this. So it was definitely a learning experience for me. Sad to say, I lost some footage along the way due to my own inexperience with my own camera, so and it was a marathon of editing to get these videos out, like I said. So I got a lot of practice learning some new things about the editing along the way as well. So, man, y'all should have saw me though. For real. You should have saw me, man. I was on a mission the whole time. I had my camera bag across my chest all weekend long. It has a little tripod that's hooked to the camera bag. So when they were ready to roll and they said, okay, I was ready to hit record. So I learned how to set that thing up. And I just went out there, like I said, on a mission to get some footage for you. Ready to hit record in a moment's notice. And I still had some time, though, along the way to enjoy the experience, even though, it felt a little bit like work. But, along the way, I still had some time to get in and absorb some of what was going on. And again, this is my second time going to the Audio Advice Live show. So the next time is going to be a trip for two. I'm going to take the wife next time and probably go through it a little bit slower than I did and take it all in. Again, the next time that I go. But again, this was kind of a goal of mine to go in and kind of get some interviews and add that to my repertoire on the channel. You know what I'm saying? So, we got interviewing as part of what we got on this channel. So that's a good thing, I think. You know what I'm saying? So enough of that. All right, enough of that, right? I do want to explain to you why I think you should go to one of these audio video shows. All right. Go to Audio Advice Live. All right. Go to M-Wave. I heard M-Wave is supposed to be making a comeback next year. So go to one of these shows like this. I know there's Cedia coming up really, really soon. So you're going to start seeing some footage from those guys who go to Cedia and talk to those brands as well. So again, it's not as easy as a consumer to get to one of those shows, but again, shows like M-Wave, shows like Audio Advice Live are specifically made for the viewing public, the consumers. So, like I said, there's no other place you can go to get, to hear and to see all the equipment that you see everyone reviewing on YouTube all the time. So we see it, and we kind of get the explanation of how things sound or how things look. But when you go to one of these shows, you get to get in there, you get to touch and feel and listen to and make the assumption or a decision on your own what you think, whether it's good compared to what you have or not. So, and again, they are not afraid to let you go in and touch these things. It's not going to be things behind a glass that you can't touch. They don't have signs on there that says do not touch, but they do have signs on there that says do not harm. So you're an adult, you can go there, you can touch the knobs and things and stuff of all of these components and things that you might see there. So again, all they ask is that you don't harm anything. And I don't think that will happen in most cases. So go there, get the hands-on feel of what it feels like to see these products in action in real time. So go there and take close-up pictures of these components and these speakers, whatever. Take pictures of them. Bring your measuring tape, your tape measure, and take measurements. Whether or not you think it's going to fit in your space or whatever. Write down and jot down all that speaker size and the subwoofer size, things like that. Bring a notepad. I bought a notepad because I was doing some filming for things, but bring a notepad and take notes of what you hear and what you see. And that's okay. And at N-Wave specifically, the first time I went to N-Wave, you get a real-time A and B comparison of things you may have heard or seen, watched a video of being compared on YouTube. You get to be there to get real-time A and B comparisons. So that's really good about going to N-Wave. You get those comparisons. And again, they even give you the notepad and the pen to write down these comparisons. I know the first time I went in 2023 to N-Wave, they gave me a notepad and they gave me a pen and I said, what is this for? And said, hey, you may want to jot down some things you like or dislike about a certain product. And you can do the same thing at Audio Advice Live. It's very hands-on, like I said. So you get to play the music that you want when you go to Audio Advice Live and shows like N-Wave. Instead of them giving you the demo, which may happen in the theater rooms because it can't, play movie clips that you want. But when you go in the rooms for the speaker experiences, they ask what you want to hear. Play your favorite song, play something that you're used to hearing on your own system and request it. And they're going to play it for you. They even will let you bring your own vinyl records. You know what I'm saying? So bring your own vinyl records to Audio Advice Live and play them on those turntables. So nowhere else will you get the hands-on feel than to actually go to one of these shows. So what I wanted to talk about the next, as far as going to a audio video show, is the people. All right, the people at these shows is what you're going to remember most. So again, it might be about the products and listening to these products A and B, but I guarantee you what you come out with is the experience with the people that you meet at these kind of shows. So my first show was at N-Wave in 2023. Like I said, I met Youth Man, and I consider him a friend and a YouTube mentor to this day. So again, that was the first time I met him. I've seen him and I may have talked to him on one of the shows that he used to have or used to be on, but that was my first in-person meeting with him. And we've been friends ever since. So I think that's pretty cool. So you could probably do the same thing with your favorite YouTuber or some other people that you might meet there. I also met Paul at N-Wave, Paul Croson. I met Ike, and they're both on the Home Theater Hub podcast every week. So, and I met Scott from SC Audio, and I didn't know that any of these guys were YouTubers at the moment. So, I mean, I don't know if they became, maybe one or two became YouTubers since then. But again, we were just hanging this and enjoying each other's company because no conversation about audio video stuff was off limits like it is sometimes when you're trying to talk to your family or people you may live around or interact with day to day. Nobody wants to talk about AV stuff as much as you do in those conversations, except when you go to one of these shows. That's all they want to talk about. So you're going to be feeling really, really at home with the folks that you meet in these kind of places. So, I mean, also there was Chuck. I think I met Chuck at N-Wave. So we got to hanging out, so there was, we hung out. Let's see, we had lunch at lunchtime at M-Wave. That was me, Ike, Scott, and Paul. We had lunch and we were hanging together after the show. When the show was over at the end of the day, we were still hanging out, going to eat dinner. We went to a couple bars. So again, we were just hanging out. There weren't YouTubers then or big YouTubers at all. We were just kind of hanging out, So, and my first time at Audio Advice Live, speaking of meeting people, my first time at Audio Advice Live was also in 2023. I met Technodad. And I consider Technodad my friend to this day. And he's also a YouTube mentor for me. So, I mean, again, these are the places that you meet people that you just meet for the first time in person and you understand. And, you all going to have the same interests most of the time. Everybody that's there is going to have the same interests as you do. So the last time I went to Audio Advice Live, I took some selfies. This past time, 2025, I took some selfies with some popular influencers like Phil Jones, like Ryan Carpenter, Jeremy from Tech Enthusiasm was there, Gene Delasala. Forgive me if I forget your name, mispronounce your name, and of course Don Dunn was there. We were just all chopping it up at the places to eat inside the hotel, along with Jeff Paramanian from JTR. We were all just in this group, just chatting it up about all the kind of stuff that you hear people talk about on YouTube. And it wasn't awkward because, again, when you get into groups like this, that's all people really want to talk about. It's the usual suspects. But as far as you and I go, that's what we came to do. And that's, I think, the great part about getting some of that stuff that you can't talk about to anyone else off of your chest, to people that are experts, and you get to ask those experts those questions in real time. They were all more experienced, I'll say, than I was. But like I said, when talking, it was like we all shared the same passion. So we kind of feel like you're on equal footing with those guys. I mean, some of those guys are younger than me. Some are definitely older than I am. But when you're speaking like that in a group, in that kind of setting, it's all about the hobby. And all of your stuff is aligned with the hobby and people who like the hobby. So it's just like, first cousins. It's just like first cousins. We don't see each other much, but when we do, it's all love. All right. So I don't have to meet and see these guys all the time, but I know when I go to an event and I see them, it's just like we were just hanging out last week. So that's how it's going to be when you meet some of these guys and you go to these shows again and you come in, you want to say what's up to them. It's just like, you cool. You've been cool the whole time. So that's the really cool thing about it. So again, I believe every enthusiast should make it to one of these shows just to be able to make better decisions about your home theater journey and the decisions you make as far as your system goes. So I think you need to go and get that experience and talk and get the unbiased, because sometimes you'll hear somebody say something on YouTube and it's not the same in real life. Hey, get it from the horse's mouth, we can't always, or some people can't always say on YouTube. Some people are pretty much straightforward on YouTube and they'll give it to you like that. And you may not get it like that from everyone because of, sometimes these videos are sponsored by somebody this time and that time. But when you go to these shows, it's like, but you better do this, so you get that when you can talk to some of these guys one-on-one and face-to-face, because nobody's looking. So you're going to get the real. So I suggest you do that. It may not be everybody's journey after going to an audio video show, but where it led me is to YouTube. After going to a couple of these shows, I don't know if anybody else will catch the bug from going to one of these shows, but I kind of thought about it before I went to any one of these shows, to maybe do a YouTube, because I was doing some things I thought were going to be helpful to the community. So again, after going to those shows and meeting and getting a little bit more comfortable around the YouTubers and knowing that I have some support, if I went ahead and tried to do that, it led me to YouTube. But I want to tell you truthfully, people who know me, people who know me ask me, you know, what makes you get behind that camera? What makes you get behind that camera? And the people who knows me, I'm gonna tell you, I get behind the camera because I do it for the love of the hobby. You know what I'm saying? This is the biggest hobby I've ever had. Is the most intrigued I've ever been about any other hobby that I've had. But people who know me know I'm introverted, man. I don't have to go anywhere outside my theater space. And a lot of us are like that. You know, we are fine with being at the house, watching the movie at home. We don't have to go to the theater. So again, doing something like going to an audio video show, it does take you out of your comfort zone. But again, once you get there, you're going to understand that you are there, people who are like-minded, someone just like you stretched to get out or get on a plane and go in and actually talk to those people. Again, introverted folks like us, we got to stretch sometime to get out of our, get out of our rut and get out of our way. And we got to kind of get out there a little bit. And so again, that's what I did in this last journey to Audio Vice Live. I was really trying to stretch and get out there and talk to people like I haven't before. So again, it's helpful, so, and that is needed, I think, for my YouTube channel as a whole. So again, my goal is to add value, add ideas, and add solutions to the community as a whole. And if I can do that, then this venture of me venturing out on YouTube and kind of trying to do this is worthwhile and a success to me if I can get some information that's in my head out to you. So that is my goal for my YouTube channel. So with that being said, I appreciate every last subscription to the channel. And my aim is to reward you for the support along the way. And we've given away a few small things along the way, a few small giveaways along the way. And we'll continue to give small giveaways away like the one we do every week here on this channel. But if you haven't noticed, we are getting closer and closer to that 1,000 subscriber. So if you've been around a while and you've been rocking with me and you're with what we call a day one, everybody's a day one as long as you're here before we make this a monetized channel. And I think we might do that this year sometime. So we're getting to almost that 1,000. I think we're like 950, something like that. But it still stands. I'm a man of my word. I'm going to give away my beautiful Harmony Elite remote. Still brand new. Still got a seal on it. So again, if you didn't know, I made a video months and months ago about, what we're going to do when I reach my 1,000 subscriber. So again, after we reach that 1,000 subscriber, we'll do something. I'll figure out a way to how we're going to give it away. Maybe we'll do a live. Maybe we'll do another video to have the kind of people respond to it. So I'll definitely figure it out after we hit that milestone of 1,000 subscribers. So we are getting really, really close. So again, I just want to hop in and kind of give you my experiences, some of these audio video shows. And I think everybody should get there. If you see me there, you see your other favorite YouTubers, which I know are going to be there. So, I mean, say what's up, man. They're really, really ready to speak to you guys on that kind of level. You know what I'm saying? I know I am. Like I said, next time I may not go with the camera in hand. I'm probably going to be there just more to kind of soak it all in. But again, this experience was worthwhile too. So I take it all, you know what I'm saying? So as you go again, before I get out of here, again, just make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like all the videos that you see. If you see me on the screen, you see my Genius Home Theater symbol on the screen, make sure you jump on, click on, make sure you hit like on that video. It all helps the channel, man, and I greatly appreciate it. So I want to just get up here and say thank you once again. And again, I give back on this channel. I've given away three or four giveaways, and we'll do it. We'll continue to do it as long as it makes sense. Hey, man, I'm going to get out of here, man. So I just want to say thank you one more time, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.